Hey, I want to tell you a story. It's a terrible horror story where a client was trying to hire us, and it kind of blew my mind as to how crappy this situation was. So I want to tell you a little bit about it. So we were pitching our work to this client, and it was going really well. We were totally tracking with this guy, and we can tell when we're tracking with somebody. So we're pitching our three options. It was going really well. He's like, "Oh my God, I need you guys. Y'all are awesome." We're like, "I know, right?" So this was really going really well. So we got to the part where we're pitching this client. He chose an option. He picked an option 4. We're like, "God, this is going to be a great client. This team member is going to serve him. We're going to love it." So in the contracting phase, his father-in-law emailed us. We're like, "Wait, what?" So his freaking wife's dad emailed us, and he said, "Hey, I've been looking at the contract and I have a lot of suggestions for change." And we're like, "Well, we have a kickoff, in a few days." So the guy we were pitching to was just going to sign the contract. But his father-in-law had these huge lists of changes. And his father-in-law happened to be a lawyer, my favorite people. So anyway, so this guy started listing tons and tons of paragraphs about things we do, and we've been doing for 20 years. Like, why isn't he this kind of entity? We want to put him in this state. We want to create holding companies. All this stuff was not needed at all, just very complex stuff. And so we kindly went through this process with this client going, okay, it makes sense. You want to have people double check the contract. That's cool. So we answered all of the questions. We kept going back and forth. I don't do so well in those situations, so I was getting a little bit peeved trying to continue to answer these questions. Then I started leaning into, telling the attorney father-in-law, "Hey, by the way, we're going to lead this. We've already figured out the contract, so we're going to do it the way we've already planned it." And then we finally got the contract done. The lawyer backed off. The lawyer father-in-law, let me say, backed off. And he's like, "Okay, that's fine. We don't have to do it that way. We'll talk about that later." No, okay, so we got through it. This guy, this client was still a great client. So I emailed the client, we always do this. We clarify our relationships, because when something like that happens, and now I know father-in-law lawyer is in the wings, he's going to do that to our team too. And you cannot do that to our team, because when it gets to a team, they got to be humming in scope and delivering services. So I emailed this guy and I said, "Hey, it's no problem that your dad, father-in-law, lawyer guy needed to dive into some stuff. I just want to let you know we're always contracting with our client, not the client's father-in-law lawyer." So moving forward, we won't be able to answer a lot of his questions, when it gets into our team. And so we're excited to serve you. Glad we got that contract figured out. Dude emailed back and said, "How dare you speak about my father-in-law like that? He was helping me. I needed help. Don't you even email me back. I'm so angry." And I cannot even believe you said that. So, saved by the bell. We were saved. This guy probably would have dumped his father-in-law lawyer on our team, and our team would have come to us going, "What do I do?" Every time I answer something for the client, his father-in-law lawyer also needs it answered in 3 different ways. And so we didn't put that on our team. So it all worked out, but man, freaking blew my mind that the father-in-law lawyer showed up. Didn't work out, but probably in the end it did work out for the best. So crazy horror story. Just wanted to let you know.